How's it going, people of Instagram? This is Jose Trujillo, world's greatest living artist, coming to you here from the car studio. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody's enjoying their Sunday. I'm out here doing some stuff on a Sunday, working on a Sunday. I think it's important to work when you need to work, right? Regardless of whether it's a weekend or not. Some people just don't like working on the weekends. I still don't understand why, but to each their own. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about believing in your art, in your artwork, believing in your art. Are you an artist who believes in his or her art? And if you do, how much do you believe in it? I believe in my artwork, but I believe in something else. I believe that I am 100% convinced that the way to believe in your art is to first believe in yourself. See, it's linked together. It's connected. If you don't believe in yourself, you will find it very difficult to believe in your artwork. It's linked. They go hand in hand. It's a difficult thing to master, I guess. If you, meaning believing in your artwork, if you don't believe in yourself first. This is one of the reasons why so many artists out there are having a hard time, and just a handful are doing good, and even a very smaller group are doing great. And I believe it's because they believe in themselves. They believe they bought into themselves, right? Before buying into the art, they bought into themselves. They buy into themselves. Someone was telling me not long ago, a couple of days ago, that, I don't know, they were trying to put me down. Some idiot was trying to put me down, saying that I didn't have skill, that my skill level wasn't good enough. And I always think, like, it's so funny that when artists talk about skill level, it's really they're talking about themselves, right? Because what is the skill level? Like, what is Picasso's skill level? What is Matisse's skill level? What is Rembrandt's skill level? Like, what is the skill level? It has to do with the times, and it has to do primarily in the belief in themselves. It's a personal thing, right? You can spend your whole life trying to develop a skill level and end up painting really great, whatever that is for you, right? Whatever your great is. And completely not believing in yourself, and not go and exhibit, and not go and participate, and not go and share and play ball with other artists and with other with galleries and organizations and into the market, right? Because you do not believe in yourself, right? You can believe in your art all you want, but if you don't believe in yourself, I don't even think there's that even exists. I don't even think that believing in your art exists without believing in yourself first. Like, you believe in your artwork and say, oh man, yes, I'm a very fine painter, but there's going to be that thing right there, right? That thing that is going to hold you back. Usually the devil's in the details. It's the little stuff that holds you back. It's not the art, it's not the skill, it's the I painted this great, but I'm not sure about the yellow. The yellow is off, right? Or I'm not sure about the left eye. It's those little things, right? It's the details that will make sure that you don't get to the next level, that you get nowhere, actually. That you just kind of, show a piece every now and then in a gallery, barely make ends meet, and be scrapping and being like with this feeling of I'm having a hard time to do it. The market doesn't respond to me, or the market showed me that it responds to me, but I know there's a trick. There's a trick out there. A lot of people believe in tricks. I'm always saying, like the commercial, tricks are for kids, guys. Tricks are for kids. There's so many people still believing in techniques and strategies. Like if I don't know, like something out there is going to save you. There's a technique out there that is going to save you. There's something you don't know. That's why things aren't working for you, because you lack some sort of information, some trick out there. The world is not sharing something with you. An artist knows more than you. That's why they're thriving more, and it's a bunch of BS. The artist that is thriving more is working more. And not just smarter. Because a lot of people think that, that artist is really working smarter. It's not. It's not smarter. So many people get lost in this idea of smart work. You only get smart when you put a lot of work in there. It's like trying to get smart on push-ups and only trying to do a handful of push-ups every now and then. No, you only get really good and very smart and very precise at push-ups. Not that I know, but from what I've seen. The person that's good at running runs many miles and runs all the time, and that person's been running their whole life, or for the past 5 years nonstop. Or whatever. That's the person that gets good at it. The person that gets good at it is not the person that runs, I don't know, a mile every weekend, or a mile once a month, and knows everything about running. Of course not. You could read 1,000 books on running. Only the person that runs consistently and persistently understands running. It's the same thing with art. So many people out there talk about art, and yes, I believe in art. I know my artwork, blah, blah, blah. And they read books about it. They attend seminars, and nothing changes. How come nothing's changing? How come nothing's changing? You're not putting in the time. That's why nothing's changing. Even if you're doing the wrong thing, if you put the time, if you put the wrong thing, right? The wrong strategy, the wrong technique. You don't know how to use colors correctly. You don't even know what brushes to use. If you just put in the time, and you put in the not just sufficient time, but consistent, right? You're going in there, it's going to happen, right? You have to put in the time, and you have to be consistent about it. You can't just show up, I don't know, once a month and put in 10 hours straight and say, oh yeah, I'm at the studio. I'm consistent at the studio once a month for 10 hours. For I don't know, two days of the month you spend you spend in the studio, and then you're hoping for things to work for you, and you might develop something. I'm not saying you don't, but there's a lot of artists out there. I talked to a handful of them that say that they develop a style and this and that, and that's awesome. But then they're still lacking in other aspects of their career, right? They don't know how to approach galleries. They don't know how to create collections of work. Maybe they're good at creating work, but they're stuck in theme. They're like, oh man, I don't know, I don't have a style, or I don't have a theme, and on and on and on, and all the things that you can only learn through doing. No book is going to teach you that. Because knowledge without application, it's information, guys. Knowledge without application is just information. And everyone right now is rich in information. There's so much information. There's constant amounts of information out there. There's so much of it. I mean, just look at Google, Go to Barnes & Noble or whatever bookstore. Go to Amazon and buy a book on color theory. Oh yeah, color theory. Oh yes. So cool. But it doesn't work unless you practice it. It's not gonna work. It doesn't work unless you put in 30 minutes every day, color theory. 30 minutes. I'm gonna practice color theory every day, 30 minutes, or whatever it is. It's not gonna work. So that is why I believe that so many artists have a tendency to not believe in their work or themselves, which again, how I started this video, they're linked together. An artist who believes in his or her work is the result of believing in his or herself, or they self. We're talking about people. So you must believe in yourself first. You must believe in yourself, and this is it's a practice. It's a daily practice, right? Through repetition of mantras, prayer, I don't know, meditation. Usually the way that it starts is that you have a parent, right? For the ones that got lucky in this world, you have a parent who pushes in a lot of self-esteem in you, right? And not just like happy, positive. I'm talking about true self-esteem, the type of self-esteem that is very unconventional. Like if the parent sees you climbing, when you were a little kid climbing on a wall, and the parent knows that you might fall and break your arm, the parent allows you, right? The parent allows you and doesn't say, "Oh, be careful, John. Be careful, little John." No, the person's like, "Go higher," like unconventional self-esteem. Now, I'm not saying extremely dangerous, right? Because we're all protective, but usually it's because the parent is sort of an alpha type of person, type A type of people, that allow you to make mistakes. If you had a parent that told you no all the time and told you, "I love you very much, but don't do that because that scares me that you may get hurt." So as a result, they told you that yes, you could go do it, but you can't. Like it was like a negative, right? It was like, yes, but that scares me, so don't do it. They were trying to protect you. It's really what was happening, right? The parent, the guardian, the parent, whoever you grew up with as a child, tried to protect you for the most part. So they told you no a lot, and now we have to squeeze that no. We have to squeeze those no's out of ourselves. We have to cleanse ourselves from all of those no's. That's why people walk around like that, all scared. Anyone watching this could have, if you're a decent artist, right? Whatever that means, right? If you put in some time, even if you're just starting out, and you're creating some work and whatever, anyone watching this could get gallery shows like that. I know how. It's very simple, right? Just go talk to enough people. Go talk to enough galleries and you'll get gallery shows. Go talk to enough retail shops and you're gonna start landing one here, one there, one over there. So the reason why things are not happening is not because you're not good enough, guys. It's because you think you're not good enough. That's the reality. It is not because you're not good enough. It's because you think you're not good enough. And there's enough people out there telling you you're not good enough, And there's enough people that tell themselves they're not good enough, right? So it's linked. It's linked. It is not that your artwork is not good, guys. My wife's mother. Yeah, totally. I understand. I totally understand. If you grew up with a person who was, and there are very forward, strong, very many strong parents out there who either the mom or the dad was a very type A, very alpha type of person. And if you were lucky to grow up with, usually a military parent or a small business owner who was very aggressive in the sense of we gotta make this happen. I don't know, guys. I sometimes I feel like I was blessed by being an immigrant because there is this, it has to happen, right? And my parents were like, it has to happen. Although I did grow up with parents who were scared. They were kind of weenies too. So I had to squeeze that out. But there was an aspect of survival also, right? As an immigrant, there was that aspect also of survival. So that helped me. That aspect helped me. The other part of my parents, where they were kind of scared all the time, not kind of. My mom was always scared. Even though she was a very go-getter type of person, she was also very scared. So this was love doesn't get the job done, guys. I just want to tell you guys that. Love doesn't get... You could love your child, you could love yourself, you could love love alone doesn't get the job done. It's not alone. It has to be love, and it has to be I believe, anyways, this is just what I believe. It has to be a push, right? There has to be a push. Fashion says, my mother let me explore, and yeah, traveling helps also. Traveling, I've heard that also. I'm not a big traveler, but I have a sister who is a type A type of person, type A personality. She's always traveling, and she travels by herself. So she's always putting herself in uncomfortable situations, and that helps a lot. That helps a lot. It's all about balance. Yeah, but you know what? I don't believe in the whole balance thing personally, but I do agree with balance in a certain way. The reason why I said I don't agree with balance is because in the conventional way, the conventional wisdom of balance, many people are like, I have 1 hour, so I'm going to balance it out. I don't see life that way. I see life as, I have 1 hour. I'm going to go all into that activity for that 1 hour, right? There's people who understand the balance thing very well, and there's people who see it as the conventional way, and balance in the conventional way is I don't know, I don't buy it so much, because there is this idea of kind of half-assing everything to give it balance, and I don't agree with that. I agree in the sense of, look, if you're going to be an artist, balls to the walls, and you'll find the light in there. If you're going to be a doctor, balls to the walls, all the way in, and you're going to find light. Because everything's sort of a tunnel. That's the way I see things. Yeah, I'm an immigrant, dude. Totally. So, I got that immigrant hustle. And there's this tunnel, right? I believe in everything. Well, some people call it the learning curve. Other people call it the path, or the journey. I believe it's sort of a tunnel where things are very uncomfortable, right? You're learning how to paint. It's very uncomfortable in the beginning because there's fear. It's associated with fear, right? You feel uncomfortable. You don't know how to mix colors. You don't know what materials to use. Even if someone's showing you, you're still uncomfortable because there is no practice, because there is no self-esteem in that endeavor, right? You could have self-esteem as a person, right? High self-esteem, but not in that task. So it takes practice to build it in that task. So anyways, guys, what I wanted to share with you today was, look, I believe it's linked. I believe it's linked. Sure, I mean, like love, but recognizing the need for difficulty and teacher. Totally. I love that. So yeah, we have to work on ourselves. I believe that to be an artist, we need work in ourselves. To be anything, right? But I'm an artist, so I speak about artists. It's a constant work on ourselves, putting ourselves in uncomfortable situations, right? Things that won't kill you, hopefully, but just uncomfortable situations, and raising that bar, right? Raising that bar of how you see yourself, right? Picasso used to say that he was this great thing, right? This great artist. Many people out there, Muhammad Ali, I'm the greatest. There's this constant reminder of your own greatness, because out there people are going to project to you how they feel about themselves. And I believe that each one of you, if I'm going to be the world's greatest living artist, if I am that, if I call myself that, of course of course, I believe that that same greatness is in you, in every single one of you. Every single one of you has that greatness. Because if I recognize that in me, it has to be in you. It's in everybody. But we have to recognize it. So other people are going to, if you hear people talking negative about you and your work, they're only coming from how they feel about themselves. They're coming from this low level self-esteem, right? If no one gives what they don't have, right? If truth and power is overflowing, that's what you're going to give. You cannot give, negativity if all you feel is positive, right? There's no way. So when you guys hear people out there talking negative stuff about you or your work or blah blah blah, just understand. Look, it's coming from a low self-esteem, right? I don't have to receive it. I don't take it. I don't accept that gift. But when people are saying, "Look, I recognize the greatness in me, and I know it's in you too. I know it's in every single one of you. I know it's in you. I know that. You just got to dig deep in there, right, and see it and take it out, and recognize it." Recognize it because it's in all of us. I know that. Everybody comes in with a treasure. We gotta start using it. We gotta start spending it. Guys, thank you so much. I'm the world's greatest living artist. Take care. I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope you guys enjoy this little talk. I'm sorry I didn't make eye contact. It's just part of the deal here when I'm in the car studio. Take care. Adios.